Tax season. We've been talking about it all week long with our User's Guide to Taxes, but it's also the time of year phone scammers work overtime pretending to be the IRS. Can these calls and other robocalls be blocked? With us now to discuss, Timothy Marvin, Grassroots organizer with Consumers Union. It's great to have you on the show. So let's just start by saying what robocalls are and the many forms they come in.
Sure. Robocalls, by our definition, is pretty much any automated call that comes to your home. So even if it's not a robot per se on the other side, it could be a live person. If they're automating those calls and you haven't asked to receive them, we consider that a robocall. And yeah, they come in all sorts of forms. There's legal ones and there's illegal ones. For example, legal ones are politicians, charities, emergency services. Illegal ones are the ones that you hear about, that you're getting scammed about cruises and Rachel from Cardholder Services. And we think that consumers have a right to stop all of them if they'd like to.
All right. So tax season being what it is, there are people who are calling folks and asking for money, telling them they're behind on their taxes, demanding payment, telling them we're going to have them deported, this kind of, I mean, it's really outrageous. What do you say to folks who don't want to get those calls?
Right now, it's really hard to stop those calls from happening. And on average, consumers lose about $350 million a year to phone scams. And the IRS tax scam is just the latest one of those. You know, the best thing that you can do is hang up right away. But unfortunately, there isn't a really good solution to stopping robocalls right now.
I know. It's a pain in the butt. Let me tell you. So here are the robocall rules. Here's what the FCC says. Businesses must have your prior express written consent before making telemarketing robocalls. Telemarketers are no longer able to make telemarketing robocalls to your landline or wireless telephone based solely on an established business relationship. Can't somebody do something out there? You sign up for the lists, you still get them. Let me tell you, it is always at dinner time, my friend. I'm always sitting down to eat and the phone's ringing and it's some idiot trying to sell me something I don't want.
Yeah, it's awful and it's out of control. I mean, we've heard from about 30,000 consumers from all over America, and it's more than just annoying. We've heard from people who have to work, night shifts, and they try to get their sleep during the day, and while during the day the phone is just ringing and ringing off the hook. That's really affecting their quality of life. We've heard from folks who are trying to take care of their elderly parents, and the phone's ringing, and their elderly parents who might not be all together with it are answering the phone and falling for things like this. So, unfortunately, you can sign up for the do not call list. That'll reduce some of the calls. You can complain to the FTC and the FCC. But at the end of the day, there isn't a great solution. However, there is some bright light. The FTC ran a contest, and the winner was a guy working out of the basement of his home in Long Island, and he came up with a solution. He calls it No Mo Robo, and it looks really promising. We haven't done a lot of testing on it yet, but we've heard anecdotal evidence from consumers, and they love it, and they think that's the way to go. And we think that the big phone companies should be taking a long, hard look at that technology.
No Mo Robo. We will check it out. Timothy, thanks for coming on the show. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.